This man owns Putin's shopping list, yet Putin can't touch him. Meet the $30 billion oligarch who broke the rules. In Putin's Russia, crossing the Kremlin means losing everything. Yet one man has built a mining empire worth over $30 billion while maintaining an independence that baffles political analysts worldwide. Meet Vladimir Putin, the untouchable oligarch who rewrote the rules of Russian business. Picture this. A fortune worth $31.7 billion, enough to buy every luxury mansion in Beverly Hills, every super yacht in Monaco, and still have enough left over to purchase small countries. This is the reality of Vladimir Putin, Russia's richest person, whose empire defies every rule of Putin's authoritarian playbook. While other Russian billionaires have seen their fortunes seized, their companies nationalized, or worse, found themselves falling from mysterious windows, Putin has not only survived, but thrived. His net worth has risen by $3.82 billion since January alone, making him richer while sanctions cripple other oligarchs. The untouchable mining empire. Honestly, Putin's grip on power? Norilsk Nickel's the big boss here. Seriously, they're sitting on a mountain of palladium and top-shelf nickel. Have you ever checked your phone or hopped into your fancy electric car? Yeah, odds are some shiny bit in there came straight from Norilsk's turf. It's not just fat stacks of cash we're talking about. He's practically got his finger on the pause button for half the world's tech. And then there's Interos, his investment beast. This isn't your run-of-the-mill holding company. It's got tentacles in basically every corner of the Russian economy. It's like having the keys to the world's data centers or the water supply. Way too massive, way too risky to mess with. The luxury that defies sanctions. Sanctions have clipped the wings of plenty of oligarchs. Jets grounded. Yachts snatched up like Monopoly pieces. Not Putin, though. The guy's floating around on a fleet of yachts, each one worth a small country's gross domestic product. We're talking helipads, infinity pools, dining rooms that probably cost more than your favorite celebrity's entire penthouse in Manhattan. Insane, right? And his real estate game? Ridiculous. He's got palaces in Moscow with secret bunkers and private ski runs, sprawling mansions tucked away in London's swankiest corners, and Caribbean getaways where you'll find more staff than guests, like 5 people fussing over you for every drink you spill. These places aren't just houses, they're like luxury micronations, each with its own set of rules and probably a flag. The art of independence. What sets Putin apart isn't just his wealth, it's his strategic brilliance. Putin constructed something different. An empire of genuine economic value that the world needs, regardless of politics. This guy's basically sitting on a gold mine. Well, nickel and palladium, but you get the vibe. Without his metals, good luck building any of that fancy green tech everyone's hyped about. EV batteries, solar panels, wind turbines, yeah, all roads lead back to him. Russia loves him, the West needs him, and honestly, he's got the whole key to the future thing locked down tighter than Fort Knox. This isn't just business, it's geopolitical chess at the highest level. The philanthropy shield. Putin has joined Bill Gates' The Giving Pledge, committing to donate the majority of his wealth to charitable causes. This isn't just generosity, it's genius. Honestly, the guy's not just chilling as some run-of-the-mill Russian oligarch, he's out here playing a global philanthropist which, let's be real, almost works like a cheat code for getting away with stuff. People love a generous billionaire, or at least pretend to. He's throwing money at big art museums, bankrolling fancy exhibits, even helping fund those international cultural swaps. Basically, he's everywhere you want to be if you're trying to look classy and untouchable. Picture private museum openings where world leaders rub shoulders with artists, where Putin moves seamlessly between discussing Picassos worth hundreds of millions and mining operations that power entire industries. The Sochi gamble. When Putin needed financing for the 2014 Sochi Olympic Games, Putin invested $2.5 billion of his own money. But this wasn't submission to Putin, it was strategic positioning. He basically glued himself to Russia's big flashy projects, stuff that got international eyeballs, and that move kept him safe, made him look loyal, but really, he was just too useful to toss aside. Dumping cash into Sochi wasn't just about the money either. The whole thing paid off huge, both in rubles and in power. He turned into the go-to oligarch, the guy who helped Putin show off Russia on the world stage. Didn't grovel, just made himself impossible to ignore. The media empire. Through Prof Media, Putin controls substantial media assets, including magazines, radio stations, movie theaters, and broadcasts Russian versions of international channels like MTV and VH1. Imagine controlling what millions see and hear daily. That's soft power that rivals governments. His media game? Honestly, it's like he's walking a tightrope in slick shoes, always juggling global stuff with what Russia wants to hear. Nobody can pin him down. He's got this whole cultural ambassador, but don't quote me on that vibe going. It's all about keeping both sides guessing, never letting anyone fully claim him. Kind of sly and genius. The global network. Putin's genius lies in building a truly global business network. His companies have partnerships in dozens of countries, joint ventures with Western corporations, and supply chains that span continents. Honestly, good luck tearing down his empire. It'd take every government on Earth actually playing nice together. And have you seen the news lately? Not happening. His private jet is basically doing laps around the world like it's in a race for most time zones hit before breakfast. Yesterday Moscow, today London, tomorrow, who knows, New York. Dubai for a quick recharge, a cheeky hop over to Singapore just because, why not? And then, surprise, Zurich pops up. We swear his travel plans look less like work and more like some Bond villain's side quest to show off his platinum air miles. It's not just about luxury hotels and fancy airports either. Each stop? That's where deals go down that could mess with the stock market while you're still waiting for your morning coffee. These aren't vacations, they're summit meetings of international commerce. The future-proof strategy. Look, while most Russian billionaires were busy swimming in oil slicks and chasing gas deals, Putin went full metalhead, nickel and palladium baby. The stuff we need if we actually want Teslas and wind farms to work. The dude didn't just cash in, he made himself unavoidable. Like, you want a green future? Guess who's gatekeeping the metals for your batteries? Now he's doubling down, throwing money at new battery tech and figuring out how to dig stuff up without trashing the planet. At this point, he's not just cashing checks from the Green Revolution, he's practically the bouncer at the door. Governments worldwide need his metals to meet their climate goals, giving him leverage that transcends any single political relationship. The ultimate power play. But here's the twist that will shock you. While Putin wages war and faces global isolation, Putin's wealth has actually increased by billions. As sanctions crush other oligarchs, he grows richer. As private jets are grounded and yachts seized, his fleet expands. It's not just survival, it's domination through pure economic genius. In Putin's Russia, there are only two types of billionaires: those who serve the Kremlin and those who mysteriously disappear. Then there's Vladimir Putin, the man who created a third option, becoming so essential that even dictators must bow to his economic empire. The final question. Tonight, as Vladimir Putin sits in the Kremlin planning his next move, he knows one uncomfortable truth. There's a $30 billion empire in his country that he cannot control, cannot seize, and cannot destroy. The student has become the master, and the oligarch has transcended the politician. What's your idea? Did Putin outsmart Putin, or is this all part of a larger game we can't see? Drop your theories in the comments below. If this story of ultimate power and untouchable wealth blows your mind, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more shocking stories of the world's most powerful billionaires. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, because the next oligarch story might be even more unbelievable than this one.